Financial literacy about real estate. Situation 1. Lisa and Billie are office colleagues. They both work in the same firm in Toronto. They both are sitting in a cafeteria and having a conversation. Starting with Billie. So, how many siblings do you have? I have two siblings. They both are studying. What about you? Oh, so you're the eldest one. Well, I have one elder brother. He's working in a real estate firm. Real estate? Wow, that sounds interesting. Tell me more about it. Real estate is a form of piece of land or area which consists of man-made buildings immovable in nature as compared to a movable property like vehicles, boats, furniture, etc. Oh, sounds good. Actually, I'm looking to buy a house here in Toronto region. Can you tell me how to meet the eligibility criteria for getting a mortgage? Okay, sure. So basically there are two affordability rules where you must meet to get a mortgage. Affordability rule number 1. Your household expenses should not be more than 32% of your average gross monthly income. Household expense could include your property tax, your monthly mortgage payments, etc. Affordability rule number 2. Your debt should not be more than 40% of your gross monthly income. Debt includes credit card payments, car loans, home loans, and other loans, etc. Alright, can you tell me which website is best for finding properties? As per my knowledge, Realtor.com and FSBO.com are the most popular and accurate websites where you can find real estate properties on a large scale. Oh, thank you so much. Now I can browse from this website and start building my dream home. Situation number 2. Edward and Billie are school buddies who are having a conversation on a phone. Starting with Edward. Hey Billie, I'm thinking to sell my home. Do you have any idea how to sell a home? Oh yes, it's quite simple. You just have to follow these simple steps. 1. Decide when to sell. 2. Sign a list agreement. 3. Marketing your home. 4. Receiving the offer. And 5. Closing the sale. Decide when to sell. Understand the market situation through observation and take follow-up action accordingly. There are basically two types of market, the seller's market and the buyer's market. In seller's market, when lots of people are buying home but not many are for sale. Whereas in buyer's market, when lots of homes are for sale but not many people are buying them. 2. Sign a list agreement. List agreement includes a physical description of your property, legal information, your financial information, and your property's completion date. 3. Marketing your home. Marketing can be done in 3 ways. A. The sales signboard. B. Traditional media. C. Internet. The sales signboard is one of the most effective way to advertise. Anybody responding to your sign is a solid lead because they have seen your home with their own eyes. Traditional media includes classified ads in the newspaper, ads in the real estate publication, as well as a flyer. Internet is one of the fastest and most used medium where people access to the internet. Posting ad in an internet would reach thousands of audience which will have a greater chance of contactability. 4. Receiving the offer. All of your hard work has paid off. This is an exciting, often emotional time, so be prepared. Negotiating a property sale is considered one of the most intimidating aspects of the home buying process. 5. Closing the sale. After your negotiation went successful, it's time to follow these final steps known as closing. A. Your lawyer will be advised that an agreement has been signed. Make sure your lawyer is ready to close the transaction. B. Immediately begin satisfying any conditions of the agreement requiring action on your part before the set date of completion. C. Notify your lawyer and lending institution if the buyer is assuming your mortgage. D. Contact the utilities, telephone and cable companies about transferring or removing services. Your lawyer will often handle the transfer of utilities. E. Call your insurance agent and arrange cancellation or transfer of your homeowner's insurance. F. Contact a moving company to arrange your move on prior to closing date. Send out your change of address notices and advice to the post office. G. Notify the Ministry of Transportation about your new address for driver license and registration. Wow, thanks for the information. Now I can sell my home at hassle-free. Anytime, buddy. Financial literacy about escrow. What is an escrow? Escrow refers to a financial instrument where the escrow money is held by a third party on behalf of two other parties that are in the process of completing a transaction. Escrow accounts might include escrow fees managed by agents who hold the funds or assets until receiving appropriate instructions from the parties or until the contractual obligations are fulfilled. Escrow accounts in real estate. Escrow accounts also apply to the real estate transactions. Placing the funds in escrow allows the buyer to perform due diligence on the potential acquisition. Escrow accounts also assures the seller that the buyer can close on the purchase. For example, Billie, Edward, and Lisa are parties in an escrow agreement where Billie is escrow agent, Lisa is buyer, and Edward is seller. Lisa deposits the payment amount for the house in an escrow account held by Billie. Edward then proceeds with house inspections as he is confident that the funds are there in escrow account and Lisa is capable of making payment. Once all conditions of the sale are satisfied, the amount in an escrow account are then transferred to Edward. How to get an escrow account? For getting an escrow account, your real estate agent can direct you to an escrow professional. In case if you don't have a real estate agent, you'll have to do some research. You can simply search online for an escrow agent or you can contact to your local bank and ask for information on how to create escrow account with them. They will definitely help you out. The process. Now you have a good idea of what escrow is, but what about the process? The escrow agent safely holds all the funds until closing of the sale is finalized and the asset is transferred over. In order to handle the escrow account, the escrow agent will charge a fee of at least 1% of the home selling price. The fees is then paid at the time of closing. The home buyer and seller can also negotiate and decide who will pay the fee. They can also split the fee among themselves. During escrow, the funds are inaccessible by both the buyer and seller, and if the deal fails, the escrow funds will then be returned to the buyer.